Alright, welcome to a Pagan playthrough of Dragon Age Inquisition with Cassandra, Solus, and Varric. And of course, Gaarik, who is currently being a screwy little creeper and looting the bodies. Alright, so after we loot everything here, we are going to head towards the forward camp, jump over this timber here, and eventually we'll be heading to the Temple of Sacred Ashes. Ah, look. A gully. I wonder what's in there. I think I see something. Yeah, there we go. So, one of the things that I wanted to bring up last time, and just got too distracted by the wondrousness of starting a new game to do,
Glad you brought me now, Seeker?
was to point out the spiritual nature of reality in this game, and how it compares to other ideas of what is spirit. It's a hard question. It's a hard thing to answer. What is spirit? Well, this particular game has its own answer for us. And we are going to look at the tactical camera and see that we have a greater shade, a lesser shade, and 2 wraiths. Yep, 1, 2. So, what these creatures are defined as spirits, and they come from the Fade. Obviously, if you know anything about Dragon Age already, I'm more reviewing than sharing new information. But for a long time, the concept of what is a spirit, what is spiritual reality as opposed to physical reality, has been a major question of religion. And not just religion, also, you know, spirituality, philosophy. There have been the questions of what is a spirit, what is the nature of man, and how do the two interact, how do they relate to one another. And for this game at least, the interaction is the spirits dwell in the spirit world, we dwell in the physical world, and never the twain shall meet except in places where the veil is thin, and one can peer over into the Fade. This is true of just about everybody except for mages. Magic in this particular game is a function of the Fade. It's bringing the Fade more concretely into reality. So, it could be said that in this game, mages are by nature spiritual creatures. From the standpoint of, okay, come on, just pick it up. Thank you. They are spiritual creatures. They reach into the Fade, they pull out spirit, and they make their will manifest into physical reality. That said, this is very much in line with other concepts of the real world on the nature of magic and the spiritual. From the standpoint specifically of ceremonial magic. One of the goals of ceremonial magic is to bring the spiritual, the unseen, to a point where it can be, Earthroot, right behind a wall there, where it can be seen, where it can be brought forth. When you are doing rituals, when you have the incense burning and the lights down low and you've been meditating for hours, eventually, they say the mind plays tricks on you, but there have been discussions as to whether that is truly the case. Materialists, even among the magical community, fall on the standpoint of, yeah, it's your mind playing tricks on you, it's all psychology. On the other hand, there are the hard polytheists, the solid polytheists, who are saying that there is actually something more going on. The mind is picking up on something that is already there. Will you please stop hitting me? Thank you. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait until I get shield. Solus, where is my shield? Thank you.
You are Danish, but clearly away from the rest of your clan. Did they send you here? What do you know of the Danish? I have wandered many roads in my time, and crossed paths with your people on more than one occasion.
What do you mean by crossed paths?
I mean that I offer to share knowledge, only to be attacked for no greater reason than their superstition.
Can't you elves just play nice for once?
Yeah, I'm kind of asking the same thing. I mean, Solus, could it not have possibly been because you're a pretentious twit? And that's why things happened? Alright. Let's see, come on down here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look. We got a life ward amulet, and fire staff has a little more power to it, so we'll grab that. I tend to like the fire staff a lot better than the ice staff anyway. It's more visually appealing.
Are you doing all right?
Varric, I've got a glowing green radioactive substance in my hand. Does it look like I'm alright?
So, are you innocent? I don't remember what happened. That'll get you every time. Should have spun a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
Actually, fairly true. Unfortunately, when it comes down to it, innocent until proven guilty just doesn't really register very well in people's minds. They get preconceived notions as to whether somebody's innocent or guilty, and then yeah. So after coming up here, we're going to head right back down, make sure there's nothing else down here, and the forward camp should be right up these stairs. Alright, going into tactical here, we're going to see Greater Shade, Wraith. I bet you there's a Wraith and a Lesser Shade on the other side. Wraith, Lesser Shade, yep. So far, primarily ghost entities. Poltergeists, I suppose you could call them. Dreams of man, perhaps. There are other kinds of spirits. From Dragon Age Origins, there's the Desire Demon and the Pride Demon. Pride Demons are especially difficult to fight, but fun. Spirits are not always demons, however. And I mean those that become demons. In this particular paradigm.
I hope Liliana made it through all this.
She's resourceful, Seeker.
We will see for ourselves at the forward camp. We're almost there.
Not to mention she's part of the plot for 3 games. Anyway, in this particular paradigm, spirits are largely molded by the perception of those viewing them. The concept is called spiritual fluidity. It goes by other names in ceremonial magic and in certain spiritualist philosophies, but I can't remember the names off the top of my head.
Another rift!
We must seal it! Quickly! They keep coming! Help us!
Yeah, they keep coming because they're coming out of that friggin' rift. And the fact that I am the only one that can really close these rifts. If I were ever to die in this game, that would be a bad thing.
We are clear for the moment. Well done.
Whatever that thing on your hand is, it's useful.
And it's helped me to level up. Yay! Let's take a look at what we got. Each ability has upgrades, active abilities, passive abilities, description of each, yada yada yada. You can read this on your own time as you will. But I am going through it slowly so you can read it. When I play, I will admit, I've gone down the lightning tree, I've gone down the fire tree, but my favorites are the spirit tree and the winter tree. At least in the main groups. We're not talking about specializations here. So... yeah, I'm going for Barrier. It's one of the best spells in the game, in my opinion. Bicker, fight, argue, complain, blah blah blah, whine, and interrupt.
Ah, here they come.
You made it. Chancellor Roderick, this is...
I know who he is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Val Royeaux to face execution.
Order me? You are a glorified clerk, a bureaucrat.
And you are a thug, but a thug who supposedly serves the Chantry.
We serve the most holy, Chancellor. As you well know.
Justinia is dead! We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
And suddenly we have 3 very good choices. What about the friggin' breach?
Isn't closing the breach the more pressing issue?
You brought this on us in the first place! Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
How do you think we should proceed?
And this is the moment at which I became the Inquisitor. So we've got 2 choices. Take the mountain path, or we charge in, Careful sustained assault, but we might lose the scouts. Why are they asking me?
Now you're asking me what I think.
You have the mark?
And you are the one we must keep alive. Since we cannot agree on our own...
I love questions. Well, since you're making me the boss, let's take the mountain path.
Use the mountain path. Work together. You all know what's at stake.
Oh gosh. Cassandra's gonna
Bring
hate me.
everyone left in the valley.
This entire game,
On your
Cassandra
head
is
the
gonna hate me.
consequences, Seeker.
Ugh. So, at least the climb up the mountain pass is beautiful. It's... The visuals in this game are just very, very impressive. And if there were any reason that I could say that I did not regret picking up this game when it first came out, the visuals are it. And mind you, I'm not just talking about the graphics level. I'm talking about the fact that each of the graphics are absolutely beautifully rendered, with an eye towards
The tunnel should be just ahead. The path to the temple lies just beyond it.
both
What manner of
detail.
tunnel is this? A mine?
Part of an old mining complex. These mountains are full of such paths.
And your missing soldiers are in there somewhere?
Along with whatever has detained them.
We shall see soon enough.
And a sense of artistic license that just follows the theme of the game so fluidly. It's absolutely beautiful. Well, will you look at that? More shades. Alright, anybody who's played before knows that this is the more enemy-laden of the two paths. While the other path, yeah, it has a nice big rift. So does this one. But this one seems to have more enemies along the path, and you don't have the benefit of any of the soldiers backing you up. So you are truly on your own. Though it is times like this that I wish that you could interject your own thoughts to the group. Like every once in a while, Solus will quip something, or Varric will do another jab at Cassandra. Because I'd look at him and go, oh, look, somebody left a library. Cassandra will probably muse at how no one will come reading the books anymore, and then Solus will go, well, I guess I get the books for myself then. Just take that one, and that one, and that one. And the party devolves into fighting. It's so sad, really. I mean, all of these things, they no longer have owners, and half of it's just gonna sit there while the breach is in the sky. Oh well. Guess I have to deal with it somehow. Ah, more enemies! Let's kill them! That was my shield. Crap. Okay. Lightning! Crap. Crap. Shield. Shield. Please, I got a shield. There we go. Okay. Those things come out from the corner and I sit there and go, no! Oh gosh. Now, as you can see here, Dreamer Rags. This should give you an idea as to the nature of the Fade, even if you hadn't ever played this game before. You know, it only takes a little bit of brain power to figure out that the Fade is the realm of dreams, and that influences how the paradigm is handled in this game.
Guess we found the soldiers.
That cannot be all of them.
So the others could be holed up ahead.
Our priority must be the breach. Unless we seal it soon, no one is safe.
I'm leaving that to our elven friend here.
The Fade being the world of dreams means that dreams are either spiritual or spirits are made of dream stuff. Honestly, it doesn't really matter which way it goes. It still comes to the same conclusion that spirits and dreams interact, especially with the mages. This is directly stated in Dragon Age Origins and Shields. I love Shields. And will be stated again in Inquisition here. Alright, so we are...
Lieutenant, you're alive.
Aha. And 2 terrors. There we go. Terror spirits. As you remember, I mentioned them earlier in this particular episode. Great. All the way over there. Let's see. Let's bury them up. Close the Fade Rift. And take away all your dreams. There we are.
Sealed, as before. You are becoming quite proficient at this.
Let's hope it works on the big one.
Thank the Maker you finally arrived, Lady Cassandra. I don't think we could have held out much longer.
Now
Thank
take
our
a look at
prisoner,
these
Lieutenant.
helmets.
He
These
insisted
guys are
we
supposed
come
to be
this way.
scouts, right?
Prisoner? Then you...
The problem I have with these helmets is if you're a scout, you're wanting
worth
to have
saving.
as much of a field of vision as
then you
possible.
have my sincere gratitude.
The way into the
Those
valley
helmets-
behind us is clear for the moment. Go while you still can.
Those helmets are much
Quickly,
more
let's move.
designed for protection than they are for scouting.
As well.
Let's hurry before that changes. Down the ladder. That's the way to the temple.
So, holes in the Fade don't just accidentally happen, right?
If enough magic is brought to bear, it is possible.
But there are easier ways to make things explode.
That is true.
We will consider how this happened once the immediate danger is past.
So, I want you to make the Temple of Sacred Ashes look like a nightmare. Okay, what kind of nightmare, boss? Are we talking walking into class with your underwear on and nothing else? I was thinking more burnt corpses in a dungeon scenario, only out in the open, you know, maybe the smell of burning flesh coming from the speakers. I don't think speakers work that way, boss. I have an idea. No, boss. That's a bad idea, and I'm calling the police. Alright, so I've just picked up a few things, and I just want to double check and make sure that I have things. Let's see, that's not a level I can use yet. And that can go on Cassandra. I think I'm gonna put that on her. There we go. So we've got weapons. There we go. Weapons. There we go. The Griffin Shield. Alright, you almost always pick this up, and it's one more point of armor. Not much, but hey, I'll take it.
You're here. Thank the Maker.
Liliana, have your men take up positions around the temple. This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
As I'll ever be. Unfortunately, I can't quite say that.
I'll try, but I don't know if I can reach that, much less close it.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
Now is the hour of our victory. Bring forth the sacrifice.
And then,
What are we
the
hearing?
oral
To
sex.
guess, the person who created the breach.
Do you see what I see? Because that's a bad thing.
stuff is red lyrium, Seeker.
I see it, Varric.
Captain
what's it
Obvious,
doing
ladies and
here?
gentlemen.
Magic could have drawn on lyrium beneath the temple, corrupted it.
It's evil. Whatever you do, don't touch it.
Keep the sacrifice still.
Someone help me! That is Divine Justinia's voice.
Dad, blame it. Everybody's Captain Obvious today.
What's going on here?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but
And the hits just keep on.
What's going on here?
run when you can! Hold them!
We have an intruder. Slay the elf.
You were there! Who attacked? And the Divine, is she? Was this vision true? What are we seeing?
I don't remember.
Should have spun a story.
Echoes of what happened here. The Fade bleeds into this place. This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
That means demons! Stand ready!
Alright, so since we have time to spare and get ready to get everything situated, we're gonna make sure that we can take care of this demon before it causes any issues. So we will open this up. Boom, boom, ba-doom. Right, so that's a pride demon. And we have run out of time for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, if you enjoyed the content, and we will see you next time on a Pagan playthrough.